Hello everybody, good evening and welcome. It's time for episode 7 of Chu Tuesdays. It's Chu Chu on a Tuesday, here to brighten up your week. So get your tea and put your feet up whilst I sing and speak. It's ages till the weekend, so let's try and have some fun. The baby music, cake, comedy jokes, satire, puns, quiz, but definitely some puns. It's Chu Chu on a Tuesday. Chu Chu. It's so great to see you all online this evening. Thank you for joining us. Some friends from over in the UK, from the lovely north of England online tonight. Oh, hello, Gwynnie. Thank you so much. Yes, this is episode 7. Can you believe it? Lucky 7. Are you feeling lucky? Are you feeling lucky? Are you? I mean, this show is a bit hit and miss sometimes. So let's roll the dice and see what we get. Okay. Anyway. Don't forget throughout this episode, I want you to just, keep splattering me with comments and emojis all the way through the episode so I know who's out there and what you're doing. I am just dying for some smiley face, clapping hands, and aubergine action. You know what I mean. Anyway, throughout this utterly indulgent experiment, which is Chu Tuesdays, I've been dabbling in various tried and tested comedic devices. Last week, I even dipped my toes into the murky waters of mother-in-law jokes, appearing for possibly the last time. This week, I really thought I should start to work more on, the audience participation and make you all feel more included. So, thank you all for coming along tonight. Thank you, everybody. Have you travelled far? What's that? All the way from your kitchen to your sofa? I'm flattered, thank you. And you, What do you do for a living? No, not you. You. No, not you. The one, oh, anyone. Just, this doesn't really work very well online, does it? I know. So you, where are you from? Where are you from? One at a time, please. One at a time. All right. Tell you what. Just answer these questions by Facebook message or email me later, and I will collate a list of quick-fire, witty responses by return of email within 2 to 5 business days. All right, that's enough of this casual, spontaneous, witty banter. Last episode, I announced / fabricated the start of autumn in Japan, or as the North Americans call it, fall, because we can see the leaves falling from the trees, and we fall back into school, and the Halloween candy is falling into my mouth. Whereas the Brits call it autumn. Autumn. And I did research this, and Wikipedia, that's what counts as research for a borderline millennial. Wikipedia helpfully informed me that autumn comes from the old Latin word autumnus, meaning autumn. Mind-blowing content there. Anyway, back to Aki Hiraki. Genuinely, though, the change of season is really a serious business here in Japan. Just like the British private school children exchanging our straw boater for a beret and our summer dresses for pinafores, true story, from the 1st of October, salarymen across the land of the rising and still very much blazing hot sun have been ordered back in to buttoned-up long-sleeve shirts and neckties, as the official summertime dress code of cool biz is retired for another year. I mean, we can't have them keeping these casual notions for too long, hey? Next thing they'll be wanting an office coffee machine, or paid sick leave, or a pillow for when they slump over their desk in crushing exhaustion after a 22-hour workday, which followed directly a 36-hour business trip to Brazil, the wussies. Nonetheless, the daily air temperature here in Japan remains at a cozy 20 plus. That's 20 centigrade, which is around 70 Fahrenheit, or just over 293 for fans of the Kelvin thermodynamic scale. In any case, for a Brit, that would be well warm enough for beer gardens or just to be roaming the freezer aisles of a Tesco in a bikini. But here in Japan, it's time to wrap up warm. Better safe than sorry, hey? Anyway, let's move on to our news update. And this week, it's domestic news. A new Japanese prime minister is confirmed. Hang on a sec, hang on, wait. Didn't we just have this story like a few months ago? I'm sure we, like 1 minute we were like, Hiya Suga, and now he's Hiya Sugita. I promise you, that was gold level Japanese wordplay if you speak Japanese as well as, but probably no better than I do. Anyway, after a year of carefully navigating the extremely slow-moving cruise ship of society through the choppy waters of pandemic times, it's time for Suga-san to go to retirement. And replacing Mr. Suga, Japan is breaking new ground with its first ever biracial female prime minister. No. I'm just joking. It's another middle-aged male, pure Japanese nationalist Nanjing denier, Mr. Kishida, becoming Japan's 100th prime minister. Well done, mate. We are looking forward to finding out what may be on Mr. Kishida's radical new agenda. Perhaps completing the vaccine rollout, meeting those climate change targets, or just imposing a minimum dog size. Seriously, people, if your dog is small enough to actually fit into a hot dog roll, it is too small. Anyway, need a cup of tea to calm down. And on the home front, back in Britain news now, everything's just fine and dandy. Nothing to see here. Britain is recovering just great after the pandemic restrictions have been lifted and the implementation of Brexit, in which we got exactly what we wanted. Just a few wrinkles in the supply chain, causing a teeny weeny wafer thin bit of disruption, such as fuel shortages. I mean, it's not a shortage exactly. There's plenty of fuel out there. It's all just stuck at the ports, and we can't get it into the petrol stations because all of the truck drivers who, drive the tankers, they all dutifully went back to where they came from, exactly as instructed. Yes, you see, we are keeping Britain British. So you Europeans, you can take your joie de vivre and your dolce vita and you can stuff it right up your zeitgeist. We are keeping British jobs for British people. And once we find that select group of plucky Brits who are willing to complete the months of skill training required to drive actual explosive material around the country in 22-hour shifts with minimal toilet facilities, then we will show the world how darned independent Britain can be. Yes, thank you for your commentary, Andy. Everything is awesome. Nothing to see here. Move along. I think that's just perfectly sums it up right now, doesn't it? In the meantime, the Brits are just enjoying the perfect British crisis. I mean, what more could they ask for? Queuing for fuel whilst complaining about queuing and queuing to complain. It's everything we love as a nation. Let's take our flask and sandwiches and make a day of it, children. Marvellous, marvellous. Anyway, honestly, there is no need to worry. The fuel is out there, hypothetically. I mean, you can always just pop over to the coast with a jerry can and a hose pipe, knock yourself out. There's no actual shortage, says the government. We have plenty of fuel in principle. We just can't get it into people's vehicles, but it's out there on record. It exists like Bitcoin or the Japanese national state of emergency. Totally real. So yeah, apart from that, things are just, getting back to normal in Britain. I mean, there's also a teeny bit of a food shortage here and there because of, the lack of truck drivers and agricultural and food processing workers and the global supply chain meltdown due to pandemic travel restrictions. But really, it's nothing to be too concerned about for the ever resourceful and chipper British public who are perfectly ready to make do and mend. And what's that other British wartime slogan that people are always quoting? The one, it's always written on mugs and posters and it'll come to me. Anyway, even the popular British YouTuber Felicity Farquhar, whose self-styled resourceful gourmet cooking channel, Gorm Sauce, has really captured the public's imagination during lockdown, has herself adapted to these shortages, making use of whatever ingredients come to hand to whip up a hearty feast. Her recent creation of poached pigeon with a portion of polystyrene packing chips has really gone viral. Anyway, we Brits love a bit of nostalgia, and it's not really that far back in the old collective memory since we still had rationing. And to be honest, not being able to have all kinds of fancy international foods like oranges and grapes is still relatively new to our cool, temperate climate. So if we do have to revert back to just tripe and onions for breakfast and potatoes 3 times a day, I think we'll soon get used to it. You think that Monty Python spam song was a joke? It's a documentary. Anyway, I thought I'd treat you to a British wartime favourite. This song's about 80 years old, and it's by Arthur Askey. And it harks back to the good old days when a simple piece of tropical fruit could really be quite a sought-after gift. One of my choo-choo favourites. A sailor and his sweetheart were walking hand in hand. Ever so pretty they were, the day that he was sailing for a foreign land. All aboard, said he. Oh, tell me, darling, what shall I bring you back? She came a little closer, and then she said, oh, Jack, I want a banana. I want a banana. Bring me back a banana, sailor boy. I want a banana, a big banana. That's something I really should enjoy. You can tell the captain, you can tell the crew. I don't want a monkey, I don't want a cockatoo. I want a banana, I want a banana. Bring me back a banana, sailor boy. You brought me back an orange, it gave me great delight. You brought me back a lemon, and how you squeeze me tight. You brought me back a grapefruit, I paid you with a kiss. When you're in Jamaica, please remember this. I want a banana, I want a banana. Bring me back a banana, sailor boy. I want a banana, I want a banana. That's something I really should enjoy. You can tell the captain, you can tell the crew. I don't want a monkey, I don't want a cockatoo. I want a banana, I want a banana. Bring me back a banana, sailor boy. You brought me back a straw hat all the way from Panama. A pair of coral earrings you picked up in Zanzibar. The oriental trinkets were beautiful, no doubt. But when you're in Jamaica, cut the knickknacks out. I want a banana, I want a banana. Bring me back a banana, sailor boy. I want a banana, banana. That's something I really should enjoy. Sing it with me. You can tell the captain, you can tell the crew. I don't want a monkey, I don't want a cockatoo. I want a banana, I want a banana. Bring me back a banana, sailor boy. Oh, you can tell the captain, you can tell the crew. I don't want a monkey, I don't want a cockatoo. I want a banana, I want a banana. Bring me back a banana, sailor boy. All right, thank you very much. So now it is that very special time where I'm going to bring on our guest for this podcast. And I have two guests tonight. They are here to tell us all about their fantastic new podcast, which they are hosting, which is called Accidental Kiss. So please welcome to the stream. Let's have lots of clapping hands, lots of smiles, lots of support and love for Faith and Watanya. Take it away.
Roger that. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome to Accidental Kiss, the podcast we made here for this, to analyze Asian dramas and try not to relive the trauma. Now that you know what's in store, just sit back and tune in more. Please enjoy our podcast, Accidental Kiss.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That is, of course, the opening theme tune to your lovely podcast, Accidental Kiss.
Hold on.
A little bit more about it. Let's just have some technical rumblings. Okay.
Yes, human error.
Yes.
That's okay. We're all doing our
Hope
best.
that sounded
with the
good.
Conditions we have. Cup of tea and keep calm and carry on. That's it. That's the one. All right. So you have recently started your own podcast where you were discussing one of your favorite topics, something you're very passionate about, which is Asian drama shows. But before we get into that, could you please introduce yourselves individually? The audience would love to know who you are, where you're from, what you're doing.
Okay, of course. I'll start. Hello, everyone. My name is Faith. I'm from the U.S. I live here in Japan now. What am I doing? Well, right now I'm on this show.
You're doing a bunch of stuff.
Yes, I'm doing many things. So podcast is one of them. Yes. So yeah, here for you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Watanya. I am from Lao PDR or Laos, whichever term you prefer. And if you know where that is, you get a badge. And what else is there? I am studying psychology here in Japan, in Nagoya. And I'm graduating next year. So I'm selling my soul to a Japanese company.
Nice. That's the spirit.
Look forward to those 22-hour working days then. All right. Now, I have an important question. So obviously Faith is American. Yes. So she says fall. What about you, Tanya? Are you fall or autumn? Which do you
I
prefer?
mean, I say both. If I'm with Faith, I say fall. If I'm with you, I say autumn.
All right.
I learned the language.
Tanya's a bit of a swinger, I think. Okay, so let's talk about your podcast. First of all, many of our viewers, you might not be so familiar with the kind of general genre of Asian drama shows. In the UK, we're very familiar with what we call like soap operas or sometimes kitchen sink dramas. British shows tend to be very like gritty and down to earth. They're all about like working class people having tough lives and things. Whereas I feel like US dramas are a bit more like glamorous. They're often about wealthy families, business rivalries. But either way, in either genre, there's always lots of like family falling outs and relationship dramas and the occasional shady murder and things like that. So where do Asian dramas fit in? Are they more like the British ones, the American ones? What's the general kind of themes and the way that those Asian dramas look? How do they fit in?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that is.
Because we were like talking about that too earlier, and the things we came up with basically was that Asian dramas tend to be tamer.
Yeah, a little less gritty usually. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some, but
you're watching one.
I've watched one that is a bit gritty, but yeah, in general, less.
To your first episode, and it sounded quite dramatic, to be honest.
That's not. Oh, you went. Oh, you haven't seen it yet. You haven't seen it yet. Okay.
Yeah, and I suppose also a bit more conservative.
Yeah,
would be the word.
I'd say more conservative, definitely.
Like the kisses are much less intense and less frequent.
Yes.
Yes, the famous Asian drama kiss. But like they don't even touch. You could put like a credit card.
They barely touch. It's like you just like kind of.
And also the accidental kiss.
Yes.
I think we know why COVID didn't spread so much in.
Oh, jeez, that's a low blow.
No, it was a compliment.
But yeah, I would say overall, I think a lot of them are more about glamorizing. I would say more so. Mm-hmm.
And what was the other thing we talked about? Clothing.
Oh yeah, the clothes tend to be more conservative, definitely.
Ah, right. Yeah. So yeah, generally, more conservative cultures in general. So yeah, that's reflected.
Yeah. So definitely no breasts.
Yeah.
Except for men.
That's okay. Men's chests are okay. Women's chests not okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I guess that's what I was going to ask you, what you love about them, but
obviously,
but no breasts. So I don't know what's to like.
But there's plenty of chest action.
Plenty of male chest action. Okay.
Yeah, there's plenty of male chest.
Yeah. So tell us, you guys are both like long-time fans of these dramas. You've been watching them for years, or different dramas from different Asian countries.
Well, we watched them for a while.
You're watching them for a while.
Yes.
So what do you love about them? Like, what particularly gets you about them? And what has inspired you to start this podcast talking about them? And like, what in particular are you going to be talking about in this podcast? What's your angle?
Yeah, good question. So do you want to start? Yeah. I think because it was this podcast was pretty much this is my brainchild. I was like, you know what? I really loved watching dramas, especially back when I was in college. Like that's what I did. Like every week, I was always watching like a different drama, and it's something I could just talk about forever. Like I think there's just some kind of appeal, like like they're just so gripping. Like you just want to keep watching. Like even now, I've started getting back into them, and like I'll watch them, and I'm like, okay, just one more episode. Yeah, just one more. 5 episodes later, I'm still watching this. It just like there's just something about it that like just keeps you hooked. And I knew it was something that I could talk about forever. And that's what they say when you want to make a podcast, make sure it's something you can talk about for a really long time. I'm like, well, I love talking about Asian dramas. I love talking about the tropes. I love talking about, which we'll get into a little bit later. I love just talking about the scenarios because they tend to be kind of out there sometimes. And like, it's like when you talk to someone who doesn't know what they are, they're like, huh, what? Like it's just so much fun. But yeah, for this podcast, though, I really wanted to focus on not just like the story or just the actors, but more about like representation in the shows. So, even though I really loved these shows back when I was in college, I obviously noticed a lot of lack in representation when it came to other people of color and women, and like just a lot of gaps,
Mhm.
I guess you could say. And so I kind of wanted to
Yeah.
talk about those things, and just kind of start conversations about them.
I guess that's going to go with maybe the slightly more conservative culture, as you were
Yes.
saying before. Maybe are going to be less open to like have LGBTQ characters.
Yes,
like,
that too.
yeah, like atypical, I don't know, strong female characters or
Yeah.
something like that.
Well, they
So,
have
yeah.
strong.
It's kind of a trope now.
Yeah, they have strong female characters.
And yeah, the reason I
Right.
hopped on to this podcast is, well, it's mainly because if Faith is doing something, I'm sure it would be awesome, and I want to be part of it.
Aww.
But also, I mean, I grew up with Asian dramas, basically, with Thai dramas, and I feel like there's a lot I could bring to the conversation, and I also enjoy talking about them. My I wouldn't say guilty pleasure, but like something that like I like to do is explain the plot of like a drama to people and watch the horror
Yeah,
on their
it's
face.
so fun. It's so fun. We did that. Remember we did that actually?
Yes,
we went out to we
yeah.
talked to some friends.
I did that to my sister.
Oh god.
She was
That
like,
sounds more like
"What?
that sounds more like a
Why are
sadistic
not?"
pleasure than a guilty pleasure.
It is. Can you see the looks on the faces of like
Oh, by the way, one question I just thought I should ask you. You're talking about Asian dramas. Like, which countries are they mainly from? Like the shows that you're watching that you're interested in.
So when you say Asian dramas, you have to understand that when people say Asian dramas, 99% of them are talking about K dramas.
yeah,
Korean
almost
dramas.
all of them
Korean,
are
okay.
like, I mean, like that's the biggest, I would say, especially in the English speaking world. I would say K dramas are like, well, even non-English speaking world, but like especially in the English speaking world, it's like K dramas. And when I was in college, I watched a lot of J dramas, a lot of Japanese dramas, and of course watch a lot of Thai dramas.
Thai dramas.
So that's mostly what we're doing now. But I also like want to talk about some Taiwanese dramas, maybe a few like mainland China, Chinese dramas as well.
Yeah, and maybe in the future we can like find some good recommendations for like other Asian dramas,
please.
like Indian.
Yes, we'd love to
other
talk about
Southeast Asian countries.
Yeah, definitely.
Dramas. So yeah, send in those recommendations.
Yes.
We will watch them.
Yes, we will. We will watch them.
Yeah, I guess every country's got them. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think you already know this, but Hana Yoridango or Boys Over Flowers is remade in like so many countries.
Yes.
And I think you saw them all.
Not all of them. I haven't. Okay, so I didn't see
at once with 10 screens around my room.
I didn't see the 2018 remake, Chinese remake, but I did see the 2009 unlicensed version. And I haven't seen, of course, the Thai one. Yeah, so I haven't seen all of them, but I've seen a lot of them, and it's very interesting to see how, even if it's the same show, how different it is, like based on what country is doing it, like what things they change, what things they keep the same, what things they add. Like it's very fascinating.
And they also show like the cultural value in each country too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Cool.
I think that answers your question. Does it? Does it
Thank
not?
you.
If it doesn't,
It's interesting. Like now, I have to confess, I'm really not much of a TV watcher, very much at all. My friends often like laugh at me, like how many of the most popular and highly critically acclaimed shows of like the last 20 years that I've just never seen. I've no idea. I just I just don't watch that much TV. A few things, like I watch a few comedies and things. So like I'm a little bit clueless about TV and dramas in general.
oh, that's perfect.
And I've seen a few.
You're our target.
I've seen a few of the Japanese dramas. You know, like I sometimes try to watch them, just to like obviously brush up my Japanese and things. Also, sometimes when I was like at the nail salon, like they'd have them on and things. So I've got a few ideas, but I am very eager to learn more. So please, can you educate me a bit more about these drama shows?
Oh, sure.
All right.
We
We'll take you on.
We prepared a few photos for you.
Yes. We have a little quiz
Exciting,
for you.
exciting. Okay.
So like we mentioned before, there's these tropes, like very common tropes that sometimes are a bit silly, sometimes a bit questionable, and but all very interesting. All of them very interesting. And so we want to give you...
by a trope, we mean a thing that like a device that's commonly used, something that like happens very often in the shows, right?
Yeah.
So a kind of like plot device or something that's used a lot, right? Okay.
Almost all the time. And so
it's already cliche.
Yeah, it's so cliche at this point. Like it's just happened so much. It's like you can't have a drama without them, you know. And so we want to give you like, you know, a little quiz to see like if you can guess the name of these tropes. Okay. So we're gonna give you like an image, like we're gonna show you like a picture. So
all right,
hold on,
give me an example.
Yeah, let me give you an example. Hold on, let me get my share the screen. Hold on. Ah, here we go. Okay, so this first one you should know.
Okay, let me see.
So. Can you put it on the stream?
Hey, this picture looks familiar. This is the logo for your actual podcast.
Yeah. So what common Asian trope do you think this is?
So I guess this would be the name of your podcast is Accident Kiss, which even in the very few episodes of Asian dramas I've ever seen, I've probably only ever watched like, I don't know, 6 episodes in total of different dramas, but I have seen this happen like a bunch of times already, like where a woman just accidentally trips over and a guy catches her and then they're like, and it's like, that's the one time the lips do me, right? Yeah. Why does this happen? Does this happen in real life in Asia a lot, or you know, what is this all about? What's happening?
I don't think it happens in real life unless you unless your culture has the kiss on the cheek thing. You might accidentally kiss someone, but like in that case, you're like you already intend to kiss.
On the lips. I feel like this one's more out there because you have to really come out of nowhere and then just all of a sudden be on top of someone. So so this one, yes, you're right. It's accidental kiss. And so to make this a little more fun, we decided to make it kind of like a drinking game. Okay. So we got some tea. We got some tea here. I'm sure you have some tea. You always have some tea.
Whole pot,
so if you get the trope right, name it right, we will take a sip from our tea.
Okay.
But we'll give you 3 tries. So this is the easy one. The other one, it'll take a little more time. We'll give you 3 tries, and if you get it right, we'll drink tea. But if you get it wrong, you have to drink tea. You have to take the drink. Okay.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Also,
I really want to drink my tea anyway.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can also drink your tea, of course. People in the audience, in the chat, feel free to help May Chu Chu out because I think she's gonna probably need some help. I mean, 6 episodes total.
Yes, absolutely. Remember, feel free to comment, everybody. Throw your comments in there. Throw your ideas. Help me out. The sillier the comment, the better. You never know. You might actually get it right.
Yeah. Who knows? Okay, so the first one. All right, here we go. Here's the first trope. All right, number 1. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
What?
So what's the trope? Kitchen intimacy.
Good guess.
It's a plant accidentally looks like a crazy hairstyle behind your head.
Try to focus more on the couple.
Okay, I think it's the way that he's I think it's like a behind hug, hugging someone from behind. And maybe they don't even realize who it is that's hugging them or something. Is that it?
It's so close.
Yeah, because
I mean,
right. Okay.
I think we should give her that one. I mean, it's close. We'll give you that one. Yeah. Behind.
Okay.
Yeah. Also thirsty too. Yeah.
Cheers. Okay. So somebody hugging someone from behind like that.
Well, back hug,
spooning
for short. Back hug.
Spoon hug. Okay, that's nice. That's quite sweet. And is it always a couple or friends or family?
It's usually a couple. You never hug a friend like this in an Asian drama. This is very much a couple hug. Like this shows like it's usually a man. If it's opposite sex couple, like it's usually like a man hugging a woman, so it's like she feels protected.
That's the correct way round. The correct way.
It's like she feels protected, because he's holding her from behind. It's very important. Like it's usually accompanied by very dramatic romantic music.
Oh, also, we do have an audience suggestion. We did have a great submission from Tim Evans here, my friend Tim in Manchester. He's suggested it's the Heimlich maneuver. So
you would have also accepted that.
Also, I'm really impressed that I couldn't even spell either of those words. So that's pretty amazing.
Wow. Okay. All right. Question number 2. Image 2. Here you go.
Image number 2. Next trope. All right, I'm getting good at this. I'm warming up. I'm going to make my screen a bit bigger so I can see.
All right, this one's going to be more difficult. I don't know. This is hard to guess. If you don't know, it's hard.
So this is when a schoolgirl accidentally poops her pants and doesn't want anyone to know. So she's like,
wow.
No, too specific.
Yeah, that's way more specific than I thought. I would have never thought of that. So we'll give you some points for creativity there.
I mean, that's the face I'd make.
Yeah. Good try. Yeah.
No, I think this must be some kind of like love triangle situation, right? Where she can't decide between 2 guys or something, but also these 2 guys are probably either brothers or rivals, or like they're teammates on the same team, or they're rivals on the opposite team, or something like that, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's usually the scenario. Wow, that's good. Very good. Thank you. Yeah. Great. All right. Well, cheers. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, I drank anyway, just because I'm so happy.
It's fine. It's all good. All right. Okay. Last one. Last image. This one. No. Hold on. Okay. This is a very common trope in Asian dramas as well.
You know what? I'm going to go right in with this one with my serious answer because, like I say, even in the few episodes I've watched, I'm sure I've seen this. Mm-hmm. Is it a body swap?
Okay. Yes, it is. It is. It's a body.
2 people's minds swap into each other's bodies, and then they have to like figure out each other's lives.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Body and.
Well, and this is also a gender swap in this case, right?
Yeah, perfect. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, you know your
I saw the show where it's like the Japanese prime minister and his son, and they accidentally mind swap. And then like the nerdy otaku son has to like run the country, and the prime minister's like in his son's body following him around. And I saw that one at the nail salon. So
see, this is where you get the best drama. That's a nail salon. See, we're missing out.
Yeah. It's so educational.
See, you gotta go just so you get the good dramas. You would never think of this. Like, come on.
So tell me, what's the show that in the picture then? Tell me about the show.
So the show in the picture, actually really famous. It's called Secret Garden. It's a Korean drama where, the 2 leads switch bodies and of course genders because they're opposite genders. But the thing is though, it's not the entire time though. It's only like sometimes. like
interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I recommend it. I remember this drama pretty fondly.
I just watched one with this trope, so maybe later.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just interrupt for one moment? Emergency news flash. Can you hear the music in the background?
Only a little bit. If I try to listen for something, I will hear it.
Sorry to completely derail the conversation, but I was just talking to you the other night about how the late night ramen van drives around my neighborhood. Serious tune. And it is out there right now, and I'm fairly sure the mic is picking it up. So if anyone can hear that weird music in the background.
Oh yeah, the whistling guy is not here.
It is the late night. It is the late night ramen van, much like the ice cream vans in England, but it's the ramen coming around to give you hot noodles. Anyway. So
I think it's
back to the trope. Back to the trope.
Actually, that's the last one. So maybe it's time to move on.
But next. Yeah, you did great. Like amazing. Wow. Yeah.
I will have some tea to celebrate.
Yeah, really great. Oh, and also if you all watching are interested in more drama tropes, we have a drama trope like Tuesday series that we do on our social media pages where we talk more in depth about all of these different tropes in Asian dramas. So yeah, feel free to check that out.
Yeah.
All right.
By the way, what's another couple of common tropes that you see all the time?
Oh, okay.
Give me
Actually,
more
one.
Examples. Just really
So,
quick fire.
Yeah. So one we did a meme about it like actually yesterday. The wrist grab. Yes.
Exactly.
Where you
grab. When somebody's going to hit somebody and they're like,
no. When you want to have a conversation with the woman that you're in love with, you just grab her really aggressively by the wrist.
Oh, right.
And she's like in the middle of a probably very important conversation.
Well, whatever you're doing or whatever you have to say is more important than that, so it doesn't matter. She needs to just come on, because
Life tip, guys. Okay. All right. Sorry. Yes. Let's move on. Time is flying by, so let's move on to the next challenge you got.
Yeah. So next, we want to actually do another kind of quiz, but this time it's going to be about the drama that we're actually talking about in our second episode, which is called
Love Slave. Or Tamlay Rock if you don't want to hear the slave part.
I bet there's some wrist grabbing in that.
Yeah. There's also a lot of pulling, tugging, chaining.
lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah. So this is a Thai drama and also my first Thai drama.
Oh God, what have I done?
I don't know.
Makes it bigger again.
I don't know. I'm trying to forget. Okay. So we're gonna give you some quizzes. We're gonna give you some scenarios that happen in this drama. These are actual scenarios from the drama, and we want you to guess like either what happened next or like what do you think the answer is, like based on the options. So we'll give you like A, B, C, maybe D. Yeah. And same thing here. If you get it right, we'll drink. But if you don't, you drink. And audience also again can help.
Okay.
If they
but I don't know how much more tea I need. I'm gonna need the loo if I drink too much more tea. So I hope I get these right.
Okay.
Also,
I don't know. Can we put things in the chat, like the questions, because like maybe the audience can see, because we can't.
Yeah, because
we can't.
Right.
Sorry. Yeah, I don't think you can post on that. I can't.
Oh, we can't. Oh, that's too bad. All right. Well, you guys are just gonna have to.
Okay. Listen carefully, everybody. Listen carefully.
Okay. Listen carefully.
So first we're going to start with an example. All right. So, in Love Slave, the main character, Soraya, tries to escape from her captor and main love interest, Harit. For the first time, she gets betrayed by A, her best friend, B, her mother, or C, a chimpanzee.
A chimpanzee?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just going to say chimpanzee because why not? Like that's the maddest answer. So I just can't believe you'd make that up.
Okay.
You're correct.
It's a chimpanzee. Yeah, it's a chimpanzee. Chimpanzee betrayed her.
Yeah. It's that's probably a good thing that we made it the example question.
Yes, it's quite.
And if you want to know how a chimpanzee betrays you, you need to watch the show.
Yes, you need to.
Or listen to our episode.
Or you can also listen to our episode.
You'll find out.
If you don't want to be traumatized.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Then let's start with the real questions. Okay. So number 1, when the male lead finally meets Sansane, the woman he hates, he A, dates her, B, dates her cousin whom she hates, or C, kills her, or D, kidnaps and tortures her.
And remember, it's the male lead.
Yes, it's the male lead.
I mean, I don't want it to be either of like C or D. So I assume it's A because people always like seem to hate each other and then end up dating anyway in these shows. So I'm gonna go for A. He hates her, but he dates her.
Your logic was a little different from the actual answer, but yeah, A is
right.
Yes.
Wow.
Woohoo!
Yeah. He actually like fake dates her.
Yeah.
so he kind of tries to make her fall for him so he can
Yeah,
control
and
her.
then break her heart.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's an asshole. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's not go into
I got it. Right.
Let's
go on the next one.
All right. So number 2. Actually, what are we?
Sure. Yeah. After Soraya is kidnapped, her cousin Sansani is revealed to not be able to do one of the following things: A, drive a car; B, dress herself; C, find a guy to date.
Okay. We live in Nagoya, so I'm gonna say she can't drive.
No,
sorry.
sorry. She can drive, and she is shamed for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the drama, a lot of text.
Yeah. The actual answer is.
Wait, hold on. Is there any audience suggestions?
Oh yeah. Someone.
We've got an A and a B.
Okay.
Shadow Fro.
Okay, some people are saying B. I see B.
Still struggle with getting dressed.
Okay.
Andy says B.
Okay.
Shadow Fro says C.
Okay. Well, you said B and okay. All right. And the answer is
B.
B. So yeah.
So everybody who didn't say B better have a cup of tea.
Yeah, take it for a sip of tea. Yes.
Okay. Oh, Bronte seems to hate IT drivers.
I like the fact that Andy D said B, but BB said A. So and Binti Dunti said B. I'm so confused.
Okay. All right. Then the last question. Okay. So this one. All right. So
I can do this.
A man who's named Bisset talks to Hadith. So Hadith's the main character, the guy we're supposed to root for. So at Hadith's father's funeral, okay, so he talks to him. What do you think is the first thing he said to him? What was the first thing he said to him?
At the father's funeral. Okay.
Yes. So first thing this man said was either A, want a new father; B, want to see the body; or C, want to do business with me.
I mean, now in some cultures it's normal to go look at the body. It's not a thing I've ever experienced at funerals I've been to, but that is a normal thing in some places. So whereas want a new father just seems quite mad. Or want to do business. I mean, that seems plausible. These shows are often like, people are a bit wheeling dealing, trying to make, network, make connections and things. So I'm going to say doing business. C.
Okay.
All right. Let's see what the audience. Okay. Got B.
Tim Evans says B. Bean Dante says C. Shadow Fro Video says A.
Okay. All right. And the answer is
C. Want to do business with me?
Yeah.
Yay!
All right.
So we drink because you got it right. That's for everyone.
Actually, my logic was mad there. I was like, seeing a body is a normal thing in some cultures. So I should have chosen that answer. Like, why did I not? I don't know. It doesn't even make sense.
I mean, thanks to that, you got the answer right.
Yeah, you got it right. So great job. Great job. All our audience out there. Great guesses. Really good. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I feel like we've all learned a lot this evening.
Yeah, and I think it's time to wrap up.
Yeah, it's time to wrap up.
Really
Before we wrap up, please tell everybody where they can listen to your podcast, Accidental Kiss.
Okay, yes. So we have our second episode coming out this month. We're working on it. We have some technical difficulties, but we're getting it. We're gonna get it, and we're gonna have it out this month. We're gonna do it. And you can pretty much find us on any popular podcast app, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. We're on there. Type in Accidental Kiss. Also YouTube. We're on YouTube as well.
Yes,
Accidental Kiss.
Mm-hmm.
So just look us up. Also, you can follow us on social media: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Accidental Kiss.
Accidental Kiss or Kiss Accidental
sometimes. Kiss. Well, no. Sometimes Accidental _Kiss.
Okay.
One way or another. I think you can find it.
Before we
all right. So let's hear the closing theme.
Yeah, let's
I will
close out.
do my best.
Thank you very much to Accidental Kiss. Woohoo!
All right. The last song is called Complicated. And stuck in an elevator where everything's a mess. Forced to marry the first guy you accidentally kiss. Betrayed by your only friend so she can get the guy. The reasons above and more are why. The way we feel about Asian dramas is just so complicated. It is so complicated. Complicated. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope the sound was okay.
That was great.
Thank you very much, everybody. Let's have some support. Let's have some love for Accidental Kiss. Woohoo! Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. That was Accidental Kiss. Okay, it is almost time for the end of Chu Tuesdays, but just to finish up this evening, I thought I could bring you some music news. Yes, the big news story from the entertainment industry this week. He may have said, I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. But it turns out that caveat was not legally binding. The Grammy Award-winning American R&B singer and songwriter, whose name sounds like a Manchester lass shouting at her little sister, R. Kelly, was found guilty of 8 counts of sex trafficking and racketeering last week by the court of Does a Bear Shit in the Woods, USA. The man who lived his life by the motto of his own lyric, if I can see it, then I can do it, just a little too literally, is likely to spend the rest of his life in jail. An unexpected twist, taking the next 33 chapters of Trapped in the Closet in a fresh new direction. As he was led out of the court, the singer, real name Robert Sylvester Kelly, was heard to exclaim, "Flufferin' fuckatash!" So I'm going to finish on a song made popular by Billy Eckstine, Perry Como, and James Brown. Ah, Kelly! This song's for you. Alone from night to night, you'll find me. Too weak to break the chains that bind me. I need no shackles to remind me. I'm just a prisoner. Don't let me be a prisoner. For one command I stand and wait now. From one who's master of my fate now. I can't escape, for it's too late now. I'm just a prisoner. Don't let me be a prisoner. What's the good of caring if someone is sharing those arms, but not with me? although she has another. I can't have another, for I'm not free. She's in my dreams, awake or sleeping. Upon my knees to her I'm creeping. My very life is in her keeping. I'm just a prisoner. Don't let me be a prisoner. You made me a prisoner. I'm just a prisoner. And you made me love you. Oh, take those shackles of love and go away. 'Cause I love you so much more. I'm just a prisoner of love. Goodbye, good night. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for joining us for Chu Tuesdays, episode 7. Woohoo! And for staying up for the whole hour, right till the very, very end. I do appreciate it. Choo choo. Thank you so much to Accidental Kiss, Faith and Tanya. Please do check out their podcast on YouTube or wherever you pet your podcasts. No. Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you to everybody for watching. Please do recommend Chu Tuesday to all of your silliest friends and maybe some of the serious ones who need to lighten up a bit, and anybody who needs some midweek relief. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give it that big old thumbs up. We all like a bit of that. And if you haven't watched all 7 episodes, then do go back and catch up just in case you missed out on some important news updates, all right? The next episode will be on Tuesday, the 19th of October, with a dear friend of mine, singer, songwriter, and musical Nagoya legend, Darian Gore. So please tune in for some sweet songs from Darian. And also, it's going to be a birthday special for Chu Chu. It'll be just a few days before my big day, so please do join in to celebrate with me. And don't forget, if you're in Nagoya, please don't miss out on the amazing burlesque Halloween shows. That's burlesque. I love it. So those shows are coming up at the end of this month. They're going to be the last 2 Sundays of October. And these are real live shows happening in a room where you can reach out and touch me, but please don't do that too much while I'm singing. Maybe later. These 2 live shows are being produced by Cabaret Kira and are starring Kira Kiss herself and a host of new burlesque acts, brand new performers, or new to burlesque performers anyway, in Nagoya. And you know, you might even recognize a couple of these crazy characters you've seen on my show this very evening performing for you. And of course, yours truly, MC May Chu Chu, will be at the helm, providing some musical relief, of course. I'm very excited about that. National emergency is over now. Hopefully it'll stay over for just a few more weeks so that we're allowed to do shows again. So the first of the burlesque shows is on Sunday the 24th of October at Shooters, and then the following week the second show is Sunday the 31st at The Rock. And they're both going to be like fairly early evening shows. They should be wrapped up by like 8 or 8:30. Still plenty of time for people to get home afterwards. We still haven't quite got used to staying out late yet after all of this emergency nonsense. So if you are in Nagoya on the 24th or the 31st, please do come and join us. It would be absolutely lovely to see you there. Get those dates in your diary. Take care, ladies and gentlemen. Stay creative. Stay chilled. Love you all. Choo choo.